Hey guys, so today we will be looking at how to implement Xano's real-time feature with Webflow and Wized. So let's begin first with the backend with Xano. So this is super straightforward. Let me just show you. Xano has made it really easy for us. We just need to write a little bit of JavaScript with Wized, but it should be pretty straightforward. First of all, we need to go here in Xano, go to our dashboard, or the WordPress where you add and go to your dashboard, and then go to settings, and you need to go here to real-time settings and enable this. Once you have enabled this might take a couple of minutes if it's the first time. You will get a connection hash, and this will be empty. Here's where you can create channels. Channels here, these are like open channels where people can join channels, so they can send messages or also receive messages from that channel. And this is pretty much like a live phone call where you are able to to send a message to the other person, or you can receive a message from the other person. And there's other things that you can know about. Like if we go to the Xano documentation, there's a list of things that we can get from that. So these are all the type of messages that we can receive. So we can get our connection status, if there's an error, an event. We know so when someone joins a channel, leaves a channel, sends a message. We can note as well also how many people it's connected to that channel. The update of that, how many people as well is connected to the channel. This is sent when a new client joins or leaves the channel. So we can know, how many users are right now on that channel. So that's pretty cool. We can also store the history of the messages. And finally, we also have Xano, we can also have channel triggers. So that means whenever something happens in a channel, we can trigger something. And let me just show you. So first of all, let's add a channel here. Let's call it test channel 2, something like that. And we can also set up which permissions you need to have in order to, control what clients can do with this channel. So, what permissions you need in order to use this channel. So we can enable client public messaging. We can enable client authenticated messaging, client private messaging. Normally, I guess most commonly you will use this with authentication. So you will probably be, setting up client authenticated messaging. But for the time being, in this example, we are just going to keep it super simple, and we're going to allow anonymous clients connecting without a no token, and presence as well, to allow clients to subscribe to a channel presence updates. Also, probably we will also set up client public messaging, so we will enable that, and that's it. Yep, that's it. By the way, we have nested channels. What this means is this is mainly, I guess, for messaging systems where multiple users will be creating multiple channels to chat with different people. These can be applied to different scenarios as well. This could be applied for auctions. It will be fantastic to use real time for an auction site. So now let's continue. So we can save the channel that we have created. And after that, it's as simple as a couple of things. So if you go here into settings and you go once again to real time settings, you will have here below connection. You have the learn more button here. Once you go there, this link will pop up and you have all the documentation here. So the first thing that we need is the SDK that Xano provides for us. So we just need to copy this script and paste it in the head of the page where we'll be using it. For this scenario, we are not pasting it here, we're pasting it in the whole settings of the projects, as we will be using real time on all of the pages. As you can see here, we have it right here. And we also have the Whis script right here. Now we can publish. Once it's published, the other step is just to follow, the JavaScript that Xano gives you. So pretty much, it's super straightforward. You first need to create a variable called Xano client and then call the function Xano client, where you will need to create a new client. you need to set up your instance-based URL from Xano and the real-time hash connection that they give you whenever you enable real-time. From there, you can just set up which channel you're looking for with your name, with the name of the channel that you set up. And finally, you can create all of the logic that you want. And here you will probably be able to set up, multiple things here. And I guess we can look into more into detail here in the documentation where we can see the real demo. Where they give you, an HTML document, so that's awesome. And you also know how to set up, how to send, a message as an authenticated user, so that's pretty cool. But let's just set it up super simple here in Whis. So I have already the code prepared here, where we have already our instance-based URL. The way that you will get this is if you go here into Xano, you go here to APIs, and you can copy the base URL of any group here. So we can copy this right here, and then you can go here in Whis, paste the base URL. Oh my god. And remove everything until the slash. Yeah. So once you have that, you need to set up your real-time connection hash ID, and then go here to your, once again, to your dashboard, go to settings, real-time, copy the hash connection, paste it right here, and then also you need to set up the name of the channel. So this is called test channel dash 2. And finally, we can set up, once we get a message and the action equals event, because we have, let me just show you here. Let's just hide this, just delete it. Let's just console log message here. Let's just do something like this. Okay, cool. So let's just refresh the page here. Let's just refresh the page here. And as you can see, once we just run this function after the page has started loading, because sorry that I forgot to share with you how I'm triggering this, but I have a conditional here, page start loading, and if the page equals the path that I'm looking for, so I'm in the test page, I will run this function. So as you can see, once the function runs, we automatically get the status. We automatically get the response from message, where we get action, options, where we get a pretty cool object, and we get the payload, status equals connected. So we get an action of connection status. As you can see, we have all of the different type of messages here in their documentation, connection status, error, event, join, leave. So that's pretty cool. And let's just look into it. So something that we can also do is whenever we run this request, we automatically join the channel. So other people in the channel should be getting that join message from another person. So let's just set up, I guess I can set up a trigger. Let's just set up a trigger. So here we will create a trigger, join, and we will do here name, I guess, someone, let's call it trigger 1 or trigger. That's it. And then we can go here, and as you can see, we get when there is a message, it always has all of these fields. So let's just set up this trigger. We will add a record here in a test table that I have created, where we will be sending all the inputs, action, channel, client, and options. So whenever we refresh the page, we should be getting the data to this channel. So now let's just refresh the page because we will be leaving the channel. I don't know if we will be triggering the leave, but we will definitely be triggering the connection with the channel. So once we have set that up, we go here to our table. As you can see, we have joined the channel, the name of the channel, the client information. Obviously, if we have been authenticated, we should be getting some data here. We'll be getting, the options here, the name of the channel, also if it's authenticated, and the history and the presence that is set up to be false, if I'm not wrong. So we can trigger all the functionalities on this. This will be up to your needs, but let's just test a real scenario now. Let's go to here. And now what we want is to get here a message. So let's just first trigger something. Let's just send a message and see what the other person is getting. So let's just go here to test. Just create a new npm test 2. Doesn't really matter what it is. Just go here and let's go to real-time event. I think it's called test channel 2, if I'm not wrong. What's the name of the channel? Test channel 2. Yeah, this is it. Just copy that. Just paste it right here. And let's just send message hello world. No database because we don't need authentication. Save that. Let's run it. Okay, good. So what did we get from here? We just got it. So it's an action equal event. We just got inside the payload that data information. So that's what we had before. So here we have, that's why we had a conditional if message that action equals event. Then we want to do something here. Here is where we want to select our element. Here we have an element that we want to, update its value, latest item. So we can do here let item equals document query selector with equals latest item. So after that, we can say, hey, item.text content equals and the data from the message. So it's message, if I'm not wrong, it's message.payload that data. And now refresh the page. Let's just clear the console. Okay, just clear that. So now if we here from Xano we do hey hello world 2, save this and run it. In our front end we should be getting the data automatically without refreshing the site. So as you can see, guys, just so you understand, this is a live connection where you can do pretty much anything that you want. So this is awesome. This opens the opportunity to way more complexity, to way more complexity on our projects, on the projects that we build with these tools. So this is just fantastic. And we should be really grateful that we are just forgetting of all of that, the logic that we will need to put into if we will be building this from scratch. They just make it super simple for us to just set this up. So other real scenarios is database triggers, and I want to show you that. I guess this make way more sense. But let me just show you. We have here a table, right, called tests. So for example, let's just create another table called test2. So here we will just add we will just say phrase here. And we want to set up here a database trigger. This is more like in a real scenario, what you will be doing with real data. So let's just do trigger. Let's just do a database trigger. Let's just do, again, test, whatever. Action, this will be an insert or update or delete, I guess. No, delete now. In this scenario, we'll be using for insert of updates. More insert, I guess, just to make it simple. So what we want to do here, it's whenever there's a new item, what we want to do is go here and send a real-time message here. Let's just do real-time event. Channel will be test channel 2. And the data will be new, if I'm not wrong, and the name, right, is one of the fields inside that object. So we will save this and we'll publish. So now, if we go from an endpoint here, and we just disable this, and we just add a record to that table, we should be triggering that, and let's just test it. So let's add a new record here. Oh, it's called phrase, not name. So let's just do test hello world 3. And you know what? Let's do an sleep function, so just so we can go to the other tab before this runs. Let's just do a sleep function of 5 seconds here, just so we can make it funny. And now let's go back to our table here, test 2, and let's just fix that trigger because I didn't set it up correctly. It's not that name, it's that phrase. We will get an error, we'll check that. So now let's run this. This will be fun to watch. We'll run it, we go here to Whis, and it should take 5 seconds, and we should see that change. As you can see right here, we just saw it change. So that's fantastic. This is more like in a real scenario where you will be using database triggers in order to make a real-time change on a channel. So I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you guys are able to use it on a real project. Thank you so much for watching.